3 B's, 3 Furious. Oh, I didn't start yet. I did start.
Hey,
Keep
guys,
going.
we're here. We did it.
Rolling start.
Guys, we burned after watching the third. This is like a burn after watching / found footage, almost.
Let's pour these beers first because we're going to need them.
But this is the most magically delicious beer right here.
Gross.
Gross. Willow Rock Arago Brunch.
Willow Rock, one of the best breweries in the Northeast.
Oh my god.
I agree. So I went there for the first time last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You've been there before. I love that place.
I went to do trivia with an old friend who was in town.
Gandalf? Was it Gandalf?
Oh God, I wish.
What
it
about
was
an
Gandalf.
old friend?
Yeah.
What about very old
No,
friends?
it was a pretty good time. But the best part was that all of their drinks are amazing. So
Yeah.
This is very
so
rich.
this was the first one I tried, and then I also tried their peanut butter stout, which was amazing. And then they also make their own
The
seltzers.
peanut butter stout's one of my favorites.
Yeah. And
So
that was my second choice.
It sounds delicious.
I tried both of those, and then I ended up drinking an Eric O'Brien. And then, but they make their own seltzers too, and they're really good. I
Oh, I
got a
didn't know
mint
that.
lime.
Yeah.
They just started doing
I did not
it,
know
so I got
that.
us some
Yeah.
mint lime.
Also, the dudes are super friendly.
Yeah, they're very, very nice people. So, but yeah, great place. So let's
But,
drink
hey,
this
speaking of the
Irish
opposite of this good beer, is
delicious beer.
the third fantastic 3B 3 Furious movie.
So it has to be noted that this was through backwards channels procured because it's out in the
What do
movie
you mean?
in the
I watched
theaters
this
right
in the
now.
movie theater.
I
She
watched
watched it in
it
the theater.
It was in the movie
Of course,
theater.
I was in the
It was
front
in the
row.
movie theater, and there were in-screen
Slots.com.
ads for slots.
Slotcasino.com.
Yeah,
It was slot. What was it? It was like something stupid.
slots.
It's like a guy dancing. It's
Something
like putting it into a blender.
slots nights or something.
Slots Life, I think.
Slot lights?
Slot
Slot lights.
Slot lights, yeah.
Slots lights.
Slots lights.
Yeah.
I think now he's sponsored by slotslights.com.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'll edit the video since around there.
Yeah.
Since the guy doing the commercial.
but
Like,
yeah.
much louder than the movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Much louder.
So, and then also it was
Rude.
clearly like filmed at
Screw you, sir.
a drive-in theater. I'm pretty sure because the first part of the movie there
It
was
was
so
like
much
sunset.
glare on the on the film.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
I thought the whole movie was gonna be like that. I'm like, I
And then
hate
it
this.
did darken down. Not that
After
the
a commercial,
quality
this
of
is
the
weird too,
picture ever really got that much better, but you know.
Unless, of course, you had the higher resolution version.
See here, I just thought J.J. Abrams did his lens flare for the first part of it. the whole first 10 minutes of it. But yeah, guys, we watched the third. So that, you recently watched the
Fantastic
first
Beasts,
two.
The Secrets of Dumbledore.
I had seen the first one before.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
we saw. Didn't
We
like
recently
see-
watched them together, the first two,
Yes.
again.
Oh, again.
And
Holy
they
crap,
are-
why?
I forgot the second one. Like, I forgot it.
We legitimately
I
forgot
don't-
it existed.
I still
yeah.
don't remember it. Like, I'm like, I don't remember it. Like,
The second was called Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Amnesia, right? Like,
That was the Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah, played by Johnny Depp, by the way. This
And
one much
no
better.
longer played
That's
by Johnny
big.
Depp.
Like,
yeah.
come on, man. Why not have him in the first place?
So we start with a scene where Dumbledore is at a restaurant
Drinking some tea.
drinking some tea and meeting someone there.
he
And,
made a lump of sugar, guys. I was like,
Yeah.
woo,
I'm
magic!
like, wow, that's some magic for you.
and then Grindelwald shows up, and it's
he
not
had a
Johnny
little
Depp
work
anymore.
done. He had a little work done.
Well, I mean, he can be other people, or was he using Polyjuice Potion for? I feel like he has the power.
Polyjuice or something.
Are you sure it was Polyjuice? I feel like he has the power to transform because they like sort of forced him to like
How was
show
he
his
when he
true
was
form.
with Colin Farrell? When he was Colin Farrell, I don't.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He has the power of the when he was Colin Farrell.
Well, yeah.
Well, as Johnny Depp, he looked markedly different. Like Johnny Depp had like the chimera eyes and
And the white hair and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I think he just like tapped into some really powerful magic.
And then
because
Mads
he's supposed
Mikkelsen was
to be,
like,
a
"I'm just
great-
going to be
And
myself."
also, Johnny Depp wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen was like, "I'm just going to be myself."
Yeah, I'm just
thank
gonna
you.
not do
Um,
it.
but
So
yeah,
he put a contact. He's like, "No, I'm not going."
we
to
start
I must
out.
do that, thank
We
you.
start just right out with the
about
fact
some
that
protein salad?
Grindelwald is racist against Muggles. He's totally racist.
I mean, it's
against
more like
non-magical
the Muggles
people.
make great tea, though.
Yeah.
But also, Dumbledore's gay, guys. We find out.
Well, and this is like
What?
their breakup, isn't it? This is how they
Yeah,
break up.
That's
Well,
kinda
it was like two exes coming together and like,
Okay,
you know,
does this
hey,
make you want to see the Dumbledore Grindelwald meet cute?
sex scene?
Oh no, I mean definitely sexy. Look, it's Mads Mikkelsen and fucking Jude Law. Like, let's see them
Just like-
ramming it.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Also, I want to see the movie I really want to see, which was not this movie at all. Is the movie like the movie was a transformation between him from these fancy suits being like, nope, big floppy robes,
moo
Seriously,
moo and hat,
this and big floppy hat. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, he's really old.
Like he's like metrosexual here.
Like Harry Potter's supposed to be the late 90s, so that's like, what, 70 years later, and he's already in his 40s in this. I mean, he's an old man. He's like 100 something.
But also, like, how far apart is, like, wizard fashion from, like, because it's like this, it's in parody in like, this movie. It's just like, I'm wearing the snappiest version of what a muggle wears, and then he's just like, nope, robes.
Yeah, I did notice that, like, in the Fantastic Beasts movies, like, most of their stuff is, like, very adjacent to the times.
There's, like, a guy with a wand.
But then, like, at some point after the 1930s, it diverges. Like, wizards just go crazy, like, robes and hats, guys.
It's like, we're not racist against muggles, but we're just going to dress our own way and do our own thing and not include them in anything.
Well, I think it's that they like not having to wear any clothes underneath.
Yeah.
So it's just underwear
and also
rolls a good
it is canonical that they shit on the ground and then magic away their shit. This is true. They shit on the ground and then magic away their shit.
Thanks, J.K. Rowling.
I wish I was making that up. I want to die. Let's keep going.
Let's
keep going.
Oh,
guys, this movie, I think the music is the only thing that made this movie watchable for me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put that up right away.
No, but I feel like it was almost overreaching. Like they were like, remember Harry Potter? It's Harry Potter. Remember? And you're like, oh yeah, I know it's the same world. Okay.
You know what? Okay, this is gonna be an unpopular opinion. I'm gonna get canceled for this, guys. This is Eddie Redmayne's best performance. Period. Period.
Someone has not seen
the first two movies.
That Mars movie that I can't remember.
Like he was actually. There's a couple moments. I saw that movie. Jupiter Ascending. There's a couple scenes in this movie where I went, like, at least they did this. I was like, oh, I was like, oh shit, I've never done that with the Eddie Redmayne before. She's in like, okay, you're over the top.
Okay, but it was like one scene.
I was laughing though. I was laughing at the scene.
One scene made him laugh. Yes, of course it was.
More swivel.
So I do want to mention too.
You can tell that's why they put that in the trailer. Like that was in the trailer.
Yeah.
And so
I don't remember the trailer. So.
Yeah, that was the only thing. That was the only thing in the trailer. The whole scene.
Yeah.
And so like, okay, I get it now.
And it's
the rest of this
it's
movie
the best.
was,
Yeah, seriously.
But it's also really funny.
So also, I just want to say, I feel like if they're that racist against non-magic people or muggles, then there would definitely be, like, racism between actual skin tones in the magical world. I feel like not everybody wouldn't be accepted and equal, like, on par with everyone.
It wasn't racism as much as they are inferior to us, like, literally. Like, it wasn't like a made-up thing that, like, because their skin is different. It's like, no, just because they can't do
it. It was supposed to be the feeling of, like, the Third Reich type thing.
So much. Like, it was, like, the imagery was, like, so much that you're like, oh... Okay,
but at the same time, it's like one of these people has magic and one doesn't. So,
but also this is after World War II. So like they saw the Nazis were like,
was it after?
No, this is the 20s.
Yeah, this is like the 2030s. Yeah.
Why though?
Yeah. But either way, it was. Like, I get what the sentiment was.
So Hitler. So do you think Hitler was
he loved the occult.
Oh my God.
Huh?
Was it squib? Do you think it was a squib?
J.K. Rowling probably writes him in as a magic person.
So then we come to what's his face there?
Ezra Miller? No. Newt Scamander.
Yeah, Newt Scamander.
I thought they were in Suki's world, by the way, when this started.
Suki's world.
It's magic, but it wasn't. They weren't just
they're
else.
In
I thought they were
China.
In world,
They're in China. And he's birthing racist deer. Did you see the racist deer? Yeah, it was like the Chuang, like the food. Yeah, it was like Chuang food.
For the record, those are based on actual Chinese mythical creatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't racist. The Chinese made them.
Okay.
So
that's a lot of the magical creatures are based on a fictional. A lot of the magical creatures in this are based on a fictional.
And also, a lot of Chinese magical creatures have facial hair for no
like
fucking
cryptids.
reason.
They're based on.
Yeah, it's a cryptid. Yeah. No, definitely.
I know what they were talking about.
Yeah. So he's birthing these babies. And
like little deer dudes.
Oh, and then Ezra Miller comes up like a dick, and Abacadabra is the mom.
Well, he doesn't Abacadabra her because...
It was green, so I thought it was Abacadabra.
But
she was still alive
for a while.
She was alive for like a minute.
It does happen sometimes with Abacadabra. They're a powerful magical creature.
Yeah, for instance. Maybe. But definitely on Abacadabra, I was like, oh shit, he just like...
I think you just Expelliarmus then.
It's like, damn!
You killed him Expelliarmus, wow.
It's like, you are mean. Just like,
Flipendo!
Like, doesn't even mess around. It's like, you're dead.
So,
by the way, that's Credence. Yeah, not Ezra Miller.
But
Jamie watched this movie and she goes, is that the Flash? I was like, not anymore, really?
Probably not anymore.
This movie still came out.
Credence / Aurelius Dumbledore?
Yeah, we'll just, we'll just mention, obviously he's having some issues right now. And then I looked into it, I realized he's been having issues for a long time.
Jamie also thought he was Severus Snape, and I was like, you know what? He's saying a lot, right? Like,
yeah, basically.
I like he would be like a man years old in the movie.
Severus, wow.
Hermione. Yeah, so I started doing Harry Potter podcasts, but we'll keep going.
Yeah, that would mean that Harry's parents lived in the 1900s.
That's what I was like. Harry's parents were contemporaries with Snape, so
so we come on this baby being born. Mom gets murdered. Credence takes the other baby. There's just another baby there.
Well, there's like a chase scene. Let's also say there are so many scenes. There's so many scenes in this movie that are so much longer than they need to be. Like there are legit 3 to 4 chase scenes that just didn't need to exist.
This was a long movie.
This is how they padded the runtime.
Especially for not being fun.
Yeah, but no one needs a 2-hour movie. It could have been an hour and a half.
There was a scene that could have been awesome. They did a fucking Thomas Crown Affair setup. Where we have these 6 suitcases.
Oh, Superman, we got some suitcases.
Alright, you're jumping ahead.
I know, I'm just saying. They fumbled some things in this movie. We'll
this is basically the live-action Bambi, though, because, the mom's dying, but then they find the other baby. It's like, oh, okay, cool. And then, he, falls asleep from exhaustion because he just ran trying to save this baby and found this other baby. And everyone fell asleep.
I actually,
and then he has this one creature that, basically inflates itself and acts as, lifts them up. And then flies away with them, but there was
the worst bird evolution.
There was
with tentacles and then
it's a bird.
He floats up and then he gets.
It's like a bird.
He's like a pterodactyl.
Yeah, it's like a stupid bird. I'm like, this is the worst.
But it was a callback to OG Harry Potter. There was a lot of callbacks because they were trying to get the feeling back,
including the music.
And and so it was him floating flying away with them on his tail, which is exactly like the very first book cover. The Harry Potter one where he's... Yeah.
We also forgot to mention that in the scene with Credence, Queenie is there, too. The main character from the first one.
For some reason.
And she's just,
still there.
Bad
she's, part of this cult or some shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, but she's a bad guy.
But here's the thing, is that this guy promised her that she could be with the man she loves.
Her nomad, yeah.
But he hates muggles. How stupid is she that she really thinks that he's gonna let her be with this guy?
There's a lot of things about this movie that were stupid.
Yeah.
Jacob Kowalski, played by Dan Fogel. By the way, also Dan Fogel's best actor.
I agree with you. He was working his ass off.
Yeah, he did.
He was.
He did.
He was one of the only enjoyable parts of this movie.
He was.
It was also one of the stupidest parts of this movie.
I hated him in the first 2 movies. Hated him.
No, he was still pretty shitty in this movie, though.
He did his job. He did what he could do. Just the fact they shoehorned him in there. You're going to be part of this team.
Well, we haven't even gotten there yet.
So, saying,
we get to see young Aberforth, who is played
in the
by...
sketchy bar.
Yeah, the guy who plays him...
is a snack. Oh.
I mean, I guess so. Whoa. But no, I was going to say, this is our second burn after watching with him. He was also the lead character in Grabbers.
Yes! Grabbers!
Yep.
Guys.
He was in Grabbers.
What's fun with Grabbers?
We need to watch that again. No, I was thinking that at St. Patrick's Day, I was like, we need to watch Grabbers.
We missed St. Patrick's Day, though, so we gotta watch it.
Just watch it for fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
But anyway, we could see, young Aberforth, and he's as grumpy as he always has been.
The guy has the voice of older Aberforth. Yeah. He's got that same deep, voice. So I was like, okay.
But then we're back in New York, and we meet Jacob back again. He's at his, and he's in there, and she comes.
There's a word in here. Sorry.
Okay.
This is what the
curse.
He finds that there's a curse in it because why doesn't Dumbledore just go fucking whip his ass?
Right.
And he's like, well, I'm cursed. I mean,
this is where they're upstairs in the tavern.
So
they probably in coitus. It's like, oh, let's do this thing where we can't beat each other up,
or chokes you, Daddy. That's why I'm like, choke me, Daddy. I'm like, oh boy. Good boy, this got kinky.
He's like, maybe it feels fun. I don't know.
Think about killing me. Like,
I just want to say, you guys,
Daddy.
We all do know that she never meant Dumbledore to be gay. Like, 5 years later, she came out and she was like, "Oh, he was gay because he should be gay," and
because a lot of gay people like this.
Yeah, and I love trans people too. Yeah, but
gay people, yay!
Yeah, but it's just funny that we've created this whole like thing around him that didn't even really exist. But okay, cool. So
it was throwaway in the Harry Potter movies. I guess they're trying to flesh it out here, ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
But cool.
But yeah, so there's this curse, and he shows he's like, even if I think about trying to kill him, then like this thing will like choke me out, beat me up, cut me.
Yeah, and like it's like this little trinket thing.
No, and I love that he wears it like in the hipster thing, like around his head.
No, it's
like
all around him.
Yeah,
it's like up around his neck.
Like if he gets naked, he's gonna like look like
he's got like a cage on.
That's why he wears
body
cage later because he was all like
he was
I don't want to get by anymore. Yeah,
he probably had like scars from getting like cut up by the body cage thing.
It's just like cover it with a robe. We're done.
Luckily, nothing
bad ever happened. You should see the one that's around my beep. But
that one, no, actually that one's enjoyable. So that's what makes it better because the rest is pain, but that's
I want to think
pleasure.
about hurting you now.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely the beta in the relationship.
Oh god, yeah, Grindelwald is fully he's fully a power top.
He's power top. So they basically are getting pulled into this.
Nomads.
Yeah. So we're back in New York and
we're like, why do we need this guy? And so of course the movie gives you a reason.
I don't know what that was. Oh, that was
They don't. No, they don't. They just
also that was the worst. That was definitely the worst part about the quality is the sound was garbage on our. It was pretty
tough to hear.
So I literally heard.
Had the 2.4.
Yeah, I only heard about 50% of what they were saying. We're being honest, and that's fine.
Yeah, and I still got it. It was a much better movie.
Yeah.
The dialogue in this movie was trite at the best.
Well, and they all like
what the fuck
because
is
it's
he
like
talking about?
because it's like serious Harry Potter. They all like mumble and they talk like this all the time.
Basically, I think they wanted to get Jacob because he's doesn't really
fucking stupid.
He doesn't really fear anything, so he'll just do stuff.
Well, that's what they said. Like, oh, it's your courage.
Yeah, but he doesn't fear anything, so he'll just do and help, and he wants to be good.
But you also find out that this will kind of lend to the plan they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because he's so impulsive, he just does what the fuck he wants.
Or they brought him as bait because Dumbledore loves doing that, and he's a muggle.
Stupid.
And yeah, he's 100% bait. He was bait.
He's
but they come in, pull Jacob back in.
Actually, because I couldn't remember his name at first, I was like, Dan with the pans.
But it's so weird because right before
this was the bakery said.
Right before he gets pulled in by Jessica, what's her face, also from the Daily Show. I can't think of her last name.
No.
Yeah, but she's great. But anyways, before he gets pulled in, the girlfriend shows back up.
Queenie,
Yeah, Queenie shows up and she's just like...
standing there.
She's just like, yeah, I'm so sad we can't be together and you seem so sad. And,
he's hallucinating her, kind of, I think.
Really?
Because she just disappears.
So he imagined her there?
Yeah, he's just a
like a weirdo.
He's just a lonely weirdo.
Or maybe she, sent her image there
I don't think so. I think he's literally just like,
Yeah.
alone!
Alright,
speaking no one's looking.
But yeah, he gets pulled back in by, I can't remember what her character's name is. She's pretty badass.
Woman.
Yeah, Professor...
She's one of the better characters.
She loved books.
Yeah.
Books was her thing. Books,
she liked books and Nancy.
And
yeah,
books.
She made books
there were books and everything was books.
Well, secrets wrong.
I love books.
Came up.
But,
hold up, I'll get to it.
So I kind of got the feeling...
Lale was her name.
Yeah, Lolly.
Jessica
Williams.
Lolly. Jessica Williams, right.
Her name was Eulalie Hicks.
Yeah.
Eulalie Hicks, and they call her Lolly. Right. So, she... I got the feeling during the movie that she might have been, a lesbian. But then I was like, there can't be more than one gay character, though, and there can't. And there
Plus,
can't
you got to
be
couple
more than
everybody
one.
up by the end. Yeah.
Oh, my God, no. So that was also the issue here.
But also they have like just a second between her and Theseus, the brother there.
Yeah.
I know. He's like, well, I do like
because again,
people of color.
You guys, because of course, right? Because again, Dumbledore can be the only gay character, I guess, in Grindelwald. So, but also, guess who we meet here? We meet Bunty, his assistant of 5 years that we never met.
No. 7 years.
Okay, good.
7 years.
Because I was like, am I fucking insane? I don't know who the fuck.
I was like, maybe this is based 7 years in the future.
Yeah, he's like, my loyal assistant.
Yeah.
I thought this was gonna be like a plot point. Like it was gonna be like they put a memory in their head that she was a bad guy.
By the way, Bunty played by Victoria.
Nothing.
Played by Victoria Yeats, and really, she did a great job.
She was great,
doing her thing.
She was.
She was. But her character being no fucking.
The only thing I didn't like is that she definitely seemed like she was into him, like had an unrequited thing, and I'm like, everyone just fucking loves Newt Scamander and his weird face.
I look like this, and so I talk like this, and everyone ladies love me.
I don't think he's a bad-looking guy,
no, he's ugly.
But I'm not like.
Eddie Redmayne always has weird facial choices.
It's like no.
He's always just like
no.
So talk like this.
No. No. I mean, but he is like a British 8 though, so like
No, exactly.
British.
Yeah. Oh god. So, but Bunty is his loyal assistant.
I never wrote down her name, by the way, so it's like, no, you're not a character, you're alive.
I love the name
fucking lie.
So, but she takes his case because they have to move on to the next part of their journey. They're going to Germany. And it's him and his brother.
Well, and Dumbledore basically says, like, you need to make a copy for our plan to work, which our plan is makes no fucking sense, but like for the plan to work, you need to make a copy.
Right.
You need to go to this case copying guy.
Well, and Newt doesn't know. She just takes it. She's like, "I'm taking this. You're moving on. I'm doing this is part of the plan." And he's like, "What?" And then we hear from Dumbledore.
Yeah.
But also,
by the way, a guy that is like, super protective of his fucking case because it literally has his world inside of it, and he's just like, oh, "Okay, yeah, that's fine."
No, but also for me, I'm just like, but also if she's your loyal assistant, yes, please let her take it because you're going into a dangerous mission. Like, what if you die and your animals die in the case because no one's there to take care of them?
That's his thing, though. Like, it's like being Superman, but he doesn't have any super strength.
This case,
he pulls shit out of the case and he throws it.
For the first two movies, this case could have been handcuffed to him. Okay.
Yeah.
And this movie, he's like, anybody can hold it.
Nope. Everyone has a case.
Yeah. I mean, it serves the purpose.
It gets taken from it legit 3 times, and I'm just like, okay.
And Dumbledore gives everyone gifts, and they're all dumb things, and they're all like, it's like MacGuffin. You're like,
here's your MacGuffin.
So
I can't help but accept
But you guys,
MacGuffin.
what does he give Kowalski? He gives him a
fake wand. A fake wand.
A hollow core wand.
Yeah. Like a fun
This
one.
is like having a gun without bullets in it.
But it looks like what the wand can do is like you can bounce spells out of it or something because like someone uses it to make him cast a spell basically at one point, and I'm like, what?
So their next leg of the journey is they have to go to Germany because in Germany they're having they're starting the elections for who's going to be the next. So they use 2 different words.
On the nose, thanks guys.
Yeah, they use 2 different words for this. It's basically like the Ministry of Magic, but the official name of it is the Mugwump. The next mugwump of the wizarding world, which is just like, okay.
I did not hear that part.
I didn't write that down because I was like,
mugwump?
No thanks.
What?
I was like, no thanks.
I don't know, that sounds racist to me. I don't like that.
Yeah. So, and...
Plus, it's so close to Mollywomp. Why just not call it Mollywomp?
And they have, there's 2 candidates. There's a woman from, South America, I think. And then there's a guy from China.
She is hot. And he's hot too. I don't know.
Is he from China?
He's Asian and she's Latino, basically.
Yeah. Because guys, diversity.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
They just all hate muggles. That's all. It's perfectly fine. So,
But they're also they're trying Grindelwald to see if he is guilty of his crimes, his aforementioned crimes from last movie.
Yes.
Which fully yes, but then as things are going along, you're like, oh, this maybe he's gonna get acquitted.
Well, yeah, because they get sent to go see the current Minister of Magic, right?
And this whole
the Cornelius Fudge
trial thing is super dumb.
Except I feel like even more evil because I feel like Cornelius was just stupid.
This guy's not evil. He is just also stupid.
Oh, okay. I thought he was
he was fake cunning. He was we have to the people won't know if they don't know, and so we have to.
Did we mention that this minister dude looks almost exactly like Grindelwald, like Mads Mikkelsen? It's weird.
Oh,
it's
like it could be
it's like his brother
yeah.
or something, like his cousin. Like
again, another reveal that could have happened that didn't happen.
I was like, are they related? Because these guys look exactly the
There were
same.
so many chances they did not take in this movie. It made me upset.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is gonna like. I kept like conspiracy theory because my brain was so bored. I was like,
yeah,
okay,
no, I get
maybe
it.
this guy and
I
Grindelwald
get it.
are
Yeah.
new boyfriend girlfriend. Ooh, a boyfriend.
Yeah,
You know, like,
it's like I have a new boyfriend and he's better than you.
Nope.
So basically,
Nope.
basically they're like, we're gonna have the election with these two guys, but also guess what? We're gonna find Grindelwald not guilty for some reason.
Yeah,
He's
like,
not guilty, and it's
okay.
like, what? And they're like, and guess what? He's also wants to run for
And we're gonna let him.
And it's like, what?
Yeah, no,
I mean,
like, he went from criminal to presidential
Yeah.
candidate
Which
almost as quick as Trump.
which
I did right,
which
wizarding Trump. Yeah.
Dumbledore basically does the same thing as like, yeah, that just happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, okay, like, because people like him, so we have to let him run.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
No.
He's
And
a-
do you see the people who like him? Because they're kind of, yeah.
I like Grindelwald.
Yeah, it's
That-
like,
not
no,
It's like
that
it's
guy.
like
no.
it's like everybody from Morgan and Burke's like Nocturnally poured out and they're rooting for
all the
this dude.
Slytherins love him. Like, okay, that's I think
Nah,
like that's not the
I'm
best
good.
option.
No thanks.
Like, maybe not. Maybe not.
But they did.
But they did. So, so now he's running. So then the next thing we get is Bunty again, and
Bunty.
I really felt early on in the movie that she just got stupid comedic parts. So she was like, oh, she took the case to the replicator, the guy who's supposed to like make a copy, several copies of it. And he's like,
Glad you
you know,
remember
what
that
is
part.
this? And she's like, oh, you can't open it. You can't open it. It's like, doesn't it have like this special thing on it that if you open it and look inside, it just looks like nothing? Like, can't you just have him do that? But anyway, but of course she's like, oh, it's my husband's and I need to make copies of my husband's case. It's like, cool, sure.
But also,
Okay.
like, then she took it at the end.
Yeah.
She was just like, yeah, but also, like, make it, well, it's not here. And then I'm just going to take
Because she's
it.
got to take care of the animals.
I guess, but also, like, how the fuck is that going to make that? Can I make a copy of this beer can?
Yeah, I
They're
know.
looking at it for, like,
It's
okay.
magic. He's
He
magic.
saw it.
He figured it out.
He copied with his eyes.
But again, so many scenes that just like were unnecessary. Like they could have just said she was gonna go make the copy, and then we would have been like, okay, that's what's gonna happen there. So, and then you guys were on the street, or actually we missed a whole part.
People on the
So, one of the guys who's on the mission is the Egyptian. Is he an Egyptian?
he's an Egyptian conniption.
Yeah, Egyptian guy. And
Lestrange. He's a Lestrange.
Yes, and he's like a bastard Lestrange, isn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course, because he's Egyptian. They're all white people.
Yeah. So, but
He's a half brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a half
Right.
brother.
So his mission is
It's
to go
confusing.
ingratiate himself with.
Do you care about this
Grindelwald.
character?
No.
Let's
No.
take it.
No. I
They
don't
don't
care
really
about
give you any
of these
chance to
characters.
care
They didn't give me any chance to
Nope.
care about him. So
Well, he was in the last one.
when he infallibly turns or something, and then when he turns back, you're just like, I don't care about this guy. Like I don't.
Well,
Whatever.
also, there's like no reason for him to turn everything.
Yeah, I'm
back.
just like,
You're
okay.
like you're like I'm like okay, well, because they take the memory of his sister being
Queenie
killed.
basically's like, well, he's really mad at you because the
You
memory
killed
of
his
his sister
sister.
killed him. He's vindictive and spiteful about it. And he's like, well, let's take that from you. He pulls the right off his goddamn hand. It's like,
Yeah.
shit, dude. Like, that's messed up.
But also
He
like
gets so
It's like, let's
okay,
take that right into your head. Bye. Okay.
but also like if that's one of your powers, just do that to
Yeah,
anyone.
why don't you do that to
Oh, you
anyone?
think I'm a criminal? Well, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like
maybe he did that to the president, dude. Whatever.
I don't know, man.
The
It
minister
was
guy.
stupid though. It was a stupid
He's
power.
So
like,
anyways,
out of your head.
he goes. He gets himself in
the
there.
spaghetti's gone now.
And then
Off camera, there's bells. It's
yeah, don't worry about it.
The bell tolls.
Credence gets sent off to kill Dumbledore because Credence finds out that at the end of last
He's
movie,
told.
he found out he's not a Lestrange.
He's told.
Oh.
He's told that Dumbledore's basically threw him away like garbage.
Yeah, he was switched at birth with a Dumbledore baby, and it's like, what? What?
And he falls for it very easily.
Yeah. Well, of course, because he's a dumb
He's like,
kid.
well, I'm angry, even though those guys don't look anything like this guy right here.
He was really abused. He was really abused as a child.
Yeah. So there's like he starts off this fight scene with like destroying a city block, and you're like,
No, so that was my first thought is
like what?
When the scene first starts, there's tons of people on that street. Like it's a normal day, like in a city. There's tons of people. But then as soon as they start fighting, you have this Dumbledore fight or whatever. There's no one else on the street. Not to mention, apparently no one in any of those apartments that they destroyed or anything like that. Like,
guys, but we find out that it's for a reason because it's all in his head. Dumbledore got it in his head. He did like a razor more like ooh, and it was in his head. The bad guy.
He threw his toothpick at him?
Yeah.
No, that is what he did because he
Which, by the way,
pinged something out of the glass and threw it back at him. It was crazy. Yeah. Dumbledore is a very powerful
wizard.
But
also, why even fight these guys?
Oh wait, did we talk about this deer and why this deer is so special?
Oh, we missed all of that.
We kind of missed all the deer stuff. Like,
you know why? Because the deer stuff is stupid.
It's integral to the story. So let's talk about it just for a second because I hate it, but we're gonna have to get through it.
It's gonna take so
long.
We
gotta do it. So
quick. I'll give you. I'm gonna count to 10.
Okay, not 10. Give me like 45 seconds.
The deer is special because
the clock.
The deer is special because the deer will tell you if you're good or bad, basically.
Right.
If you're a good person, deer loves you. If you're a bad person, deer's like, nah, no.
Except that when it's a baby, apparently it's stupid because he literally is holding it, and it did not even seem to care.
When Grindelwald brings it to him and
he saved it.
No, he should be like, this guy's still a fucko, and he wants to kill me.
Yeah, he saved it, and then he slit its fucking throat.
Yeah, well, you mean on dead.
So now they're like, well, this deer will tell us if it's good or not, and so we'll know who's the president.
But also, it tells you that you're good by just bowing. And it doesn't do anything if you're bad. It doesn't tell you if you're bad.
So whoever gets to be the president, we're going to have these two people. If the deer bows to him, then that's the president, I guess, or something.
What? That's your fucking election system? You have thousands of wizards gathered right here. They're gathered right here to vote.
This is a
ballot box.
plot point.
Magic a fucking ballot box and get this going. Nope.
This is a dumb plot point.
Okay.
It made me angry. Okay.
Okay,
That's
so
45
then
seconds.
you guys,
I
we get to the best part. So we missed all this. So they were in Germany, and his brother got knocked out.
But then he got up again.
No.
He got knocked
down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He got it. It's fine.
So I'm just trying to move this along.
She's pissed
off.
It's usually this guy.
So they get to the jail. He's going to the jail to visit his brother, who got taken into the jail.
Which is not just a jail, it's like this fucking supermax weirdo.
Yeah.
It used to be like a house or something, but then it became a prison, and it's like super weird.
What? It was a house?
Yeah, they explained it. It was like this weird.
It was a dumb explanation.
Mythos around it that I didn't care about.
I couldn't
at all.
hear most of this
didn't
movie,
care about
so
it all.
I don't know.
But also was like, I don't care about it. Just
so he goes to the jail, and the guy at the jail, I guess he was kind of funny. He's like gruff, and he's like, leave your animals and leave your wand. And then he gives him a light to take with him, and it's like a little bug. It's basically like a big lightning bug or something.
Yeah, it's a lightning bug and like a little lantern.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, here's your light. And he goes, well, where will I find my brother? And he's like, does he look like your brother? Then that's him. And it's like, okay.
I also like that. I was like, that was pure dick.
So, but he literally just walks down into this, like, giant fucking cavern with, like, I guess cells on the side, and he's supposed to go as deep as possible.
It looks like something out of,
like
Lord of the Rings or something. Yeah. I was like, okay. And then he's, like, just walking down there. I mean, he finds him, so.
But first he finds little,
weird
like, crustacean, like scorpion things.
Awful nopes, I think they're called.
And he's like, these things don't seem very cool. But then he learns how to talk to them.
No, he
you
knew.
move like
he
they do.
Learned. He knew.
He knew because he's Newt Scamander.
Yeah. So he does like this little thing, and they're all just doing a little dance with him. They're like walking down with him. And so they're doing like
and then they keep like threatening the big mama scorpion thing.
Yeah, so then you find out that when your light goes out,
it just murders you.
Why?
Okay.
Why is that a thing?
So that makes no sense. It would make way more sense that she would attack you with the light because you can see the light. Yeah. What?
Also, like, do the lights go out in different intervals? Because Newt's light takes very short to go out, but like Stephanie's light is fine for many hours. So
also the first person that you see get killed is just a random guy with a light.
Yeah,
like what does he even have a light? What the fuck's this guy doing here? I'm looking for my brother too.
No, I think he was like another prisoner. I don't.
But why does he have a light then?
I don't know.
It was so confusing.
The fuck does that guy have a light?
I didn't care about this scene at all, except for that it was funny laugh.
Funny.
So here's the thing: is that he gets his brother. They find out that the giant mom scorpion who's like at the bottom of this like cave attacks you, and then they see the little scorpions and they're like moving away, and he's like, oh, we gotta follow them to get out, right? I wish that had just been the end of that scene. They just followed the scorpions out and we're done. No, they had to have this giant scene where the mom scorpion's chasing them, and I was just like, oh my god, this movie, it's so long.
It was so long. And, okay, this is the scene where blowing up stuff happens and there's a crazy magical creature.
Yeah, this is for the kids.
A la Fantastic Beasts.
So while this
nobody
is going
really
on,
gets hurt.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they kind of do. Kind of, but
they get
not
out
completely. Yeah.
Well,
we don't care about those people that died. That's fine.
Who cares about those? Especially.
Well, all we gotta know is that the guard ends up getting killed, but they don't show it.
Who cares?
Yeah, they don't show it. And his animals, of course, had a cute scene where the animals were like, "We're getting out of our, little cages that he put us in."
Yeah, little bow truckle does his thing. He does his little. That's what he does. Yeah. He's a bow truckle.
So, but then while this scene is happening. They're attending like the fancy dinner before the election, or for the candidates, and
they send Jacob and Hicks and Professor Hicks.
Yeah,
and you're like, what?
Lolly.
Why would you send the guy that doesn't have any magic to the place where you know there's going to be the magic hating?
And of course, there's several jokes.
He has a wand. It's fine.
There's several jokes, of course, around him where people are like, "Who are you? Who are your
I'm just
people?"
a big guy from New York. Yeah.
Okay, I got a pizza, like the cheese and the sauce.
Yeah.
And then he keeps seeing Queenie and then like just yelling to her like a fucking idiot. Like you're at a fancy dinner, you're like, Queenie! Yeah, Queenie! No, I love you! Come on! What are we doing? Come on, man. And so you're like, no, some shit's gonna go down. And of course it does.
And of course it does. So what it is that they set it up to make it look like Grindelwald's gonna get, like, someone's gonna threaten his life.
Like, specifically Jacob is gonna threaten, because first off, Hicks saves the real person that's about to get assassinated from, like, a poisonous wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that she, by the way, being a full magician, that's maybe the leader of the magic people, does not notice that.
I think this was the minister. This was the minister's wife, I believe. Oh,
I think it was the future candidate lady.
Was it? No, was it Santos? Santos. By the way, Hispanics. Huh?
Yeah, but not noticing her wine is like about to fucking envelop her face with acid and shit, and Professor Hicks like flicks into the wall.
It's like,
and also does not notice when the wine is flicked into the wall. It's like, well, okay.
I mean, they candy that bites you. Why not your wine tries to melt your face? It's fine.
Sure.
So, but at this point, Jacob is getting up with his dumb fake wine and like, I want you to live clean alone. And you're like, what? What are you doing?
You do sound like Sylvester Stallone at this point. Right?
What are you doing right now? And like, this makes no fucking sense.
Jacob is 0 for 2 with this wand, by the way.
Yeah.
He just is losing. Like,
so,
but also, like, if he hadn't been given this wand, there would have been no reason for anyone to think he's an assassin.
Well, there's no reason for him to be there either. Because
what's going to punch Grindelwald? Like,
yeah, but they would have thought he was a human. He wouldn't have been allowed in there. Like, he's like, see, I'm a wand. I'm like, oh, he's a wizard, then he's got a wand. It's fine.
Sure, right?
That's what he did. That's why I was there.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was the plot point that moved him into the scene.
So they're all escaping.
I've been walking with the wand.
That magic book bridge, by the way, guys.
Yeah, because her magic is books. It's books.
It's books.
And she makes a bridge, and he runs
you can walk
pages.
on pages.
And also the pages are blocking spells.
Yeah, apparently.
Like blocking Avada Kedavras and shit. The pages of a book?
Okay.
What?
Sure.
The fuck? And then teleportation.
I actually wrote, what was the point of this? I don't care.
So we had an assassination plot.
My God.
To help make him look like he was stronger.
There's a lot of, also this movie is like probably 50% slow-mo scenes where someone's reaching for something. A lot of
the
that.
Niffler being an asshole. That's also the other 50% of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Guys, but then we get to the familiar place, Hogwarts.
They played all the music you love.
Oh, also, but what comes through with them? So they escaped the scorpion, but part of it had like wrapped around, because scorpions have things that wrap.
Tentacle
they don't.
guy.
Yeah. And
he's not a scorpion. He's obviously
it comes off of him. It was like wrapped around him, and apparently it's still alive. Like it got
threw into the Black Lake,
and they just let it go into the Black Lake.
I looked at you and I was like, that's definitely the business species.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully the Grindylows get that thing. I hope.
I hope he grows into another big guy and just fucking starts killing
Well,
people.
you were the one who said there's darker things down in that lake.
There is.
Like, oh shit.
They talk about it in the books. Isn't there darker things in that Black Lake?
Grindylows.
I mean, it is like a crab, right?
The
So it could be
down
in the
there.
water, I guess. I don't know. But it shouldn't
Hey
be
guys,
like...
they make Jacob eat some
This
cockroach
is
clusters
so
though.
funny, guys. What a dumbass. Am I
Cockroach
right?
clusters. Why are they a candy? It's gross.
Yeah, also like honeydew.
This isn't like a
shit
wizard wheezes thing. It's like this is just a candy that people
So
eat.
they like do a bunch of like wizard pranky things, but like Honeydukes is not known for the pranky things that I know of. So I'm just confused.
I think this dude. I think this is like when you go to Japan. There's like crabs in a candy bag. I think it's what like
Those
wizards
salty crabs
like cockroach clusters. I think that's what it is. Like this is one of the things like an old wizard.
But then why did they give it to him as a prank? And
This is like the bit
Well, because
honey.
you ate a cockroach.
This is like the bit of honey of the wizard world.
You know Dumby's eating some of those.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I only call him Dumby. Dumby, yeah. Good old Dumby. Dumbledore. Dumby.
I was like, is that Bunty? No, Dumby.
No,
Okay.
Dumby, yeah.
So he's like, I love these. They're delicious.
Yeah,
He eats those licorice
I mean,
snacks.
it's Grindy and Dumby. They
Yeah.
obviously call
Okay.
themselves right in the
Mike, we're gonna go to Bhutan.
Guys, what is this animal called, by the way?
The deer
the
thing?
chillin'.
Chillin'.
I kept saying that too.
Jim was like, shut up.
Yeah.
Chillin'.
Chillin'. They said to chillin' like 14 times in like 2 minutes.
My fucking God, shut up.
Alright, we got it.
And all I could think of
We're
was
not
like...
early in the movie, just right here.
All I could think of was like
I didn't know what it
children
was.
down south, like
Yeah.
the chillin'. The chillin' of them.
I didn't
like,
know what it was early in the movie, and then they're like, "Oh, now I know what it is because you're saying it 14 times in 2 minutes."
Well, I think the writers were like, we forgot to tell them what
Yeah.
this thing is called.
And they've already filmed these
Weird
things.
deer.
We just don't
Weird-
want to go back and put the word in.
Weird
So.
Is it a weird deer?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, a weird deer would have been a great name for this episode.
So, but then, you guys, we found out who Credence really is. Because Dumbledore's like, oh, you are a Dumbledore, but guess what? He's not like their long-lost brother. He's Aberforth's love child.
I'm just a love
And he's like,
machine.
he's just like, Aberforth, you gotta tell him. And he's like, okay. Aberforth, by the way, has the charisma of a donut.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking bar stool.
No, I was like, how
what's
did
happening,
you
this guy?
end up with a woman? Like, how, like, what?
Like,
Would you
I'm
like-
not convinced.
Would
Yeah.
you like to have sexual intercourse with me? Like,
I'll give you this beer first. Like, okay, well,
that's
He
great.
does make delicious slimy soup, though. So,
but also
I mean,
that's why their kid is the way he is. It's not the rest.
That soup looked like obscurial. It looks there's like
But then we find out why Grindelwald killed the deer because he wanted to bring it back through necromancy.
Ooh, it's evil magic,
Gross.
guys.
And he makes it like undead and weird.
But
or
also,
something.
like, fully just looking regular, besides
Yeah.
this little gray.
Yeah.
Which no one else notices, by the way.
No.
He's like, oh, this is what the deer's
This
supposed to
deer
look
looks
like.
a
A
little
fucking
fucked.
zombie deer.
that's a little fucked.
A
Yeah.
weird zombie deer.
It's like if there were the two of us here and like he's the real one. Like,
And even if you're on the train where you like think that the minister guy is like in his pocket somehow, there's 1,000 people there.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's gonna be like, that's a fake fucking deer.
like that's fine. That
He's
thing's
like,
okay.
he's like shaking when he walks and shit. And you're like, this deer is fucked.
What? No, I don't know. No,
Guys, we get a nice Dumby. There's and also we found out the picture which they have talked about a couple times is actually Dumbledore's sister.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, I knew that was his sister.
from the
I
old
did.
ones.
Oh.
you know?
I did
the
not.
Harry Potter ones. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
because it was the same exact picture. So they talked about.
I heard her name was Dumbette.
Jeez, I cannot remember her name. For the life of me.
Eunice.
I think her name might have been Aurelia, but I thought his name was Aurelius, so I don't know.
It was
I don't
Aurelius.
know.
Maybe his name
I don't
after
know.
her. Who knows?
I don't know. But she was basically the
yes, no,
find
you're
out.
right. It is Aurelia.
the two Dumbledore brothers got in a fight, and she kind of got hit with a straight spell and died. And that's how this thing's.
But they don't explain why she's an obscurial.
Obscurial.
Because an obscurial is a magical person whose abilities have been like tamped down, and then that energy grows inside of them. And then they explain it. They literally explain in the first movie that that's what makes it. So there's like no reason for her to be that way because she grows up in a magical family. Like they would have appreciated her magical skill. It makes no fucking sense. Plus they're supposed to be extremely rare, but they're like all over the place in this.
Well,
so.
the Dumbledore seem to make them. Is it like it's? Like,
I guess so.
It's congenital in their family. That's why I put. So there's 2 of them supposedly in the family.
So guys, the days of hiding are over. The world will hear our voice, and it will deafen them.
Remember this guy was a criminal? Remember that?
Ariana. Her name is
Ted
Ariana.
Bundy. Like Ted Bundy coming out and be like, now we're going to kick everyone's ass.
Also, we find out, you guys, we find out that Obscurials die. Like, it's a sickness. Like, once you become one, it, like,
and
eats
you can obviously
alive.
see this happening to Aurelius as well.
Yeah.
Fully, like,
Credence.
Dying.
Yeah.
Credence, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Aurelius is his name. Okay?
I don't want to call him
Dumbledore.
Aurelius. Stupid.
Motherfucker.
He's Credence. But he's like,
Credence
not looking
Clearwater
good.
You killed my joke. I was like, do you think they'll make a Clearwater revival for him?
He wasn't looking good, though. He was, like, looking bad, and he kept looking worse. And then, yeah.
Also, Credence is a stupid.
So we're moving towards the end. How are we going to get the real chillin'?
Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Cinnamon, where... No. What? We have 6 cases. They can't catch us all.
Yeah.
That was their plan. And
Just walk up.
Just walk through. Just keep walking.
Yeah. Just get as close as you can. Yeah.
And some of them did not get that close.
And also, like, the one thing I liked about the scene is the cases had, like, some traps in it, but they didn't know it was in the cases.
No, so this is the best part, too, is that
killed them.
each case was, like, who they were. Like, Jacob got a case full of baked goods. That was what was in his case. Yeah. And then, Lolly got a case full of books, of course. They were all the books that were attacking people.
Okay, so
it's like the doubling curse.
It was another huge missed opportunity because you had Jacob here for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
And then he went to pick up a case, and Dumbledore's like, not that one. And you're like, he should have steered him towards the right case. They catch the magic people because they know who the fuck those guys are.
Yes.
And then Jacob gets through because no one gives a shit about him.
Right.
And that's who saves the day. That was not it. And I was like, whoever wrote this...
Yeah, but Jacob did get caught, so I mean...
But that's the thing. Like, they should have made it so, like, he was so... Like, no one gave a shit about who he was.
But they did do that with Bunty, like...
Yeah. Who also just showed up.
No, but I did love because he was like...
Outfit.
He predicted it. He was like, maybe Bunty's gonna save the day. And I'm like, God, give her something.
Say Bunty again.
Yeah,
Bunty.
give her something.
But it's also a character that we have supposedly known for 7 years that should have been some kind of fucking red herring.
No, they definitely threw that in.
Not at all.
Yeah. No,
it was very frustrating.
Was
this movie stupid?
Okay, so we got the chillin'.
Let's just
we're up in the mountain, and Big Chillin's like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick my buddy Grindelwald here."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yup, that means it's it." And
of course, the first thing he does is he's like, "Oh, bring Jacob to me. We're gonna torture him because he's a Muggle." They've ruined everything for us.
Fucking awkward because there's like just dead space in the scene.
Yeah, sure.
And there's also just tons of people just watching, letting him do this. Like, what?
Yeah. And seeing the weird, and the deer do this, and like, that's fine. That's what the deer looks like. And you're like, okay.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
And poor Santo, she's like, okay, well, I was actually like running for this. I wanted to win.
And I was like, I'm here too.
Yeah.
I had a platform that I was gonna like help you guys, but that's fine.
Well, also I hate that he was like allowed to bring his own magical creature.
Guys,
like they wouldn't have had one already like bred for the. It doesn't make any sense.
Do we think that
so
Santos is Hillary Clinton, guys?
Huh? Maybe.
Pizzagate? Huh?
Pizza
Pizzagate.
That's not
Chillin' Gate.
Chillin' Gate.
So, but then.
I mean, he does kind of.
Be a little Crucio action on Jacob, and he takes that like little, he's flipping around like a fish, doing his little.
But also, like, this is why you brought him here to get
he's
torture
again bait. He's bait.
Fucking fuck.
This is Dumbledore. Dumbledore is awful.
Yeah, he's really terrible.
He used a child as bait once. Okay, so a few times. So
Jesus,
that's his thing. He's like, well, as long as I don't get hurt or injured, it's fine. So then they're like, oh, but Newt tried to go up there with his case and he got caught. And you're like, oh no, he's the last one and his case like melted into like weird goo.
See, I didn't remember Bunty was ever like they're missing a case still. Like I was like,
they did that to make you. They tried to like make you forget that there was one last case. So you're like, oh no, Newt was the real one. And plus, he was like walking up there all slow, like dead man walking. Like,
well, also like that one woman was
around.
there, and she was like, "You gotta come with me," and try to take the case.
That's a weird.
Oh yeah, she like worked for the old. Yeah.
And then didn't just kill him, by the way. Like, just kill that guy, right? Like, I don't get what there's somebody just like knock him out. Like, no.
Yeah, and then leave him
Kill
there
the
and
guy.
forget about him.
Yeah.
Also, just leave him there and forget about him. Not
Like,
tie him
kill
up.
that guy,
Or at least
kill that
if
guy.
if you don't want to kill him, tie him up.
Yeah, do
Throw him in a
some
fucking
shit
barrel.
with him.
You know, like
Cut his fucking hand off so he can't cast a damn spell on you.
they didn't.
What the fuck
They
is
did
wrong
not.
with you
So he
guys?
gets up there, catches up. He tries to take the case. It melts away.
It's a children's movie,
It
right?
is. They
Because
can't
kids
kill 'em.
love
I
this.
know.
Kids
but
are
it was
really
so
into this.
Stupid.
Then the chillin', they get the real chillin' up there. Bunty gets it. It's in the case.
And everyone right away was like, "Oh yeah, that of course that's a real
Right,
chill."
right.
Like no one even like fuck that other.
Hey,
thing.
that
It's
one's
definitely
actually
this
brown,
one.
not gray.
Which, by the way, no
And
one knows
dead
the
looking.
chill looks like it's super rare. So they're all, so there's like, oh yeah, but
That's
this
what
one
I
must be
mean.
it.
Like, how do they use this every time if it's a rare
They don't.
thing?
They don't use it every time. They usually have an election, but they're
Yeah,
like,
like,
but
usually we have Democratic
they're
voting, but now we have a double
they're like
animal
basically
here.
what happens is that basically like the chillin' will prove who is worthy to be the minister, so that it wasn't like they were completely
But guys-
randomly picked. It was that
Who does it chill about
everyone
to
would
first?
probably vote for that person because they were the good person.
Who does it chill about to first, though, guys?
Dumbledore.
Like, I'm so sick of all the Dumbledore worship. Like,
And he's
she
like, no,
loves
I am
Dumbledore.
Jesus. It's okay.
Like, yeah, seriously. Like, he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
Like Jesus, right, guys? Anyone? Right?
Hot take.
So he bows. The chillin' bows to Dumbledore first. Like, no. And he's like, okay, I'll go over to this other lady then. And you're like,
So of course Grindelwald's like, since my plan is failed, I must kill someone. You're like, wait, what?
yeah.
well, he's a mustache twirly bad guy. That's
But
why.
he wasn't though. That was the thing. He was a complicated bad guy, and then he's like, nope. Since I can't be complicated, fuck you and die. So two people do the Incantados, the wands meeting and doing shit, and so it's like a three-way.
yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
Huh? Hmm?
And you get turned on.
Also, Dumbledore's thing, like the curse thing.
That's right. His sex curse is gone.
And guess what? It's hoss fight now.
There was a wizard fight.
not really though. It was like
It wasn't. No.
it's like 1 second.
No, there was a better wizard fight earlier when they were getting the cases from Hicks and Theseus.
Okay, so we're getting towards the end. We're almost there, guys.
Yes,
Bunty saved the
goodness.
day.
Not for no reason. Like she just appears in like a fucking green robe and like, I have the case. And you're like,
So at the end of it, Bunty's like kind of talking with Newt, and she's kind of like feeling it, but then he opens up the case and Tina's picture's still in there, guys.
and also you're like, oh, fucking Tina, guys.
Remember
Is she
her?
alive?
Did you
Yeah.
remember her? Did you care? Did you care?
I just thought she was dead. I was like, I figured because I didn't see the second.
Guys,
one, so I
not only
figured
is she not dead, but she's at this wedding that
Yeah.
they're at.
just
and-
there.
Did she look like she got work done? Like I was like,
Maybe that's what it was like. Oh, she's getting stuff done.
I was
and,
like,
this looks a little weird now.
she looked weird. I was like, okay.
Let's not shame anyone, okay?
I'm not trying to,
Don't
but it was
trust,
weird.
okay?
Also, I don't like. I just okay. They're a love interest. Good. In the fourth one, I can't wait till they get together.
But then we see Bunty. He's just like, I'm happy for you. I'm like, no, you gotta like.
So,
give
Bunty,
us
fight for your man,
Yeah,
Bunty.
exactly. I bet there are some shippers. There's
I
some
don't care about
There
any
will
of
be
this.
shippers out there. Some nunties, if you will.
Nunties?
Nunties.
Numpties?
Some boots.
Some numpties.
Yeah,
guys,
and then they have like an awkward bakery wedding, and everyone's just awkward.
in the bakery.
So Newt
and
is
Dumbledore's sitting outside like a
Watching,
fucking creep.
yeah.
yeah, like he does. Dumbledore's a creep.
Fucking creep.
Like also Newt
Jesus.
is the hero that everyone's gonna be talking about. That like saved the day.
Shit.
Remember how they talked about him in Harry Potter? Like how he saved the day back then. Like they were like
No, yeah.
Newt Scamander.
They never talk about this kind of stuff in the
Newt-
history of
I was
magic
dead
class.
by then,
He was-
that's why. You fucking died.
He was only known as the author of this fucking book. That's it.
Dude,
Fuck you.
Okay, Matt.
Fuck you.
Matt, you know what happened?
Fuck
Matt,
you.
Hey, Matt, you know what happened? I have a theory. So, Newt Scamander had like a very like a couple years later, probably maybe even 10 years after this, had like a very awkward sexual thing. That killed him. Like he died with like a fucking mandragora
or like he was really disoriented one day and was just walking out with his dick hanging out
and they just had to kind of cancel him. Yeah, they kind of cancel him.
You got Michael Jackson.
He has this great book though. The book is great.
He found out he had sex with most of the animals in the cage.
Look at the stuff that Gandhi said. He's a great guy. Don't look at the Sigma 14-year-old girls. He is a great guy.
Do not Google him.
Yeah, do not Google Gandhi 14-year-old girls.
Google what's the wizard Google called. Don't do that.
If you do Gandhi 14-year-old girls, you're not gonna
guys. Would we? Was this worse than Yoga Hosers?
Yes. I fucking hated this movie.
Wow.
I hated this movie.
Wow, immediately.
Because this movie, for me, there was so many just dead spots.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so for you, worse than
so it's either shorten the runtime or put more stuff in it. Put more exciting things in it.
It was so long.
Yeah.
It was too long.
Slapflight.com was the only thing that made it interesting.
I was like, okay. So if you're gonna watch this, guys, download the torrent of this because there's a dumb commercial that it happens twice.
It's so jarring.
Loud.
Yeah, it's very
loud. Actually, the first time it happened, Connor came downstairs and goes, "The sounds from your finger scaring me." Yes,
fair enough. Fair. So worse than Yoga Hosers.
I would probably watch Yoga Hosers again. Maybe.
Wow.
I would never want to watch this again. Actually, that's not true. I might want to watch this in actual full quality because maybe I missed something.
I don't know if that'll help. But I'd watch just this part again.
Yeah. Would you watch the Snyder Cut?
So better than Yoga Hosers.
The Snyder Cut.
Just for the crab lobster soaking walk thing.
What if instead of the crab
lobster? Are they better than Bratzies? Yeah.
Let's run up the butts.
I hate you.
I'm just saying, now you can't
burn this movie. It's garbage.
Burn it before watching. That's what I would say.
This is not the worst of these movies, but it's bad. It's real bad.
Wait, which one's the worst one then?
The second one.
Oh god.
I don't even remember it.
He's a racist.
I mean, there weren't any
Stay classy.
Jewish goblins in this one.
I'm out.
So.